In half a year, she traveled through 41 countries and then saving a lot of money by sleeping over at train stations, and airports, and then a lot of other stations along the way. So Cindy, before we begin today's podcast, tell us a little bit about your little adventures out there. What is the key to save a lot of money when you're out there traveling as an exchange student?
How to save the money?
Yes.
During the trip. Okay. First one is stay in hostel. Stay in hostel.
I thought your tip was staying over at the train station.
Yes, also. Yeah, you can combine with your transportation and accommodation at the same time.
So if you have, when you say that, say you need a place to stay over, and then within this 10 times, how many hostels and how many stations? What is the frequency?
Can you access?
Like whenever you stayed over at a station, then you allowed yourself to stay at a hostel 3 times, or the other way around.
It just depends. It depends how long the transportation it would be. Maybe 9 hours for the bus. I will take the bus during the night time. And then when I wake up, I can continue to travel.
So you only allow yourself some time to sleep between transitions?
Yes.
That's so. So sometimes you sleep by day, sometimes you sleep by night.
Yes.
That's the tip. Okay. So how much did you spend when you put all together, as the expense, the total for you to travel through 41 countries?
Around 8,800.
800.
Yeah, around.
800 US dollar or 800 kwai?
Kwai, NT dollars.
Really? People were having a new record here. Cindy just traveled through 41 countries in Europe, and then she only spent 800 kwai.
880万.
That's not 800 kwai. Cindy, that was a lie.
Sorry for my math.
So, put them all together, the total amount of money that you spend traveling through 41 countries within half a year, that would be 800,000.
Yeah, 800,000. 800,000.
Still, I think it's still cheap. I have no idea, really.
Either.
Okay, let's ask people out there. Ladies, how much do you spend if you say traveling to Korea for 10 days? How about Crystal? Crystal, how much would you spend if you have to travel to Korea on a 10 days trip? Or Alison, if you have to travel to Korea on a 10 days trip, how much money do you need? Just give me a ballpark figure. 10 days trip, Korea, one city. How much money do you need?
NT dollar?
In NT dollars, in kwai. In Taiwanese kwai. 50 kwai. You're lying. 50,000.
Yes.
50,000. That makes sense. So, the reason why I'm asking is that, because, the Cindy 学姐 over here, she traveled in Europe through 41 countries, spending 800,000. Is that cheap?
Yes.
Like, 41 countries in 80万. So that's cheap. Half a year. Okay. So how much do you think you need if you have to travel through 41 countries in Europe?
I don't want to travel.
You don't? Okay, thank you. Okay, back to Cindy. Cindy, I'm not talking about, if we're not talking about a specific country, we're talking about when you put your traveling experience all together, what is the most precious experience you learned?
Precious.
Yes, precious.
To deal with many emergency during travel.
Okay, what is the key if we're not talking about any specific crisis, but in terms of a general idea, what would be the key to tackle crises? And people walking by the way, we're interviewing Cindy today. Cindy have traveled through 41 countries within half a year on an exchange program.
Sorry, can you ask again?
What is the most important mentality when you have to take care, when you have to handle a crisis?
For mental, let me think about it.
Yeah.
You should have a flex. You have to have flexible mindset.
What do you mean by flexible mindset?
You are always good at any trouble. You are very okay.
I'm good at making trouble. I'm not good at dealing with trouble.
You are very okay to facing many trouble.
When you are facing troubles, it's very important for you to accept that.
Yes.
Like, you're ready for all kinds of situations, and then it's okay not to be okay.
Yes, it's okay not to be
okay. So that's the tip. Okay, what else? Cindy, have you come across anything that you really want to buy, but you couldn't afford?
Always.
Oh, always.
Afford because I am do backpacking.
Yeah.
And I have a limited capacity for my...
So it's not about money. It's about that if you keep on shopping, it's impossible for you to keep on piling the things you need to carry along with you.
Yes.
That way you'll be putting on more and more weight.
Yes. So memory is the best thing to carry.
If not, if sky is the limit, you don't have to worry about money, and then weight is not a problem. Name 3 things you want to buy most in Europe.
In Europe?
Number 1?
Like souvenir in each city.
Whatever you have in mind. Top 3 things you want from Europe.
The clock from...
The clock. You want a timepiece.
Yes.
Cindy, you're old school. Nobody check out watches or clocks.
Clock.
But you want a clock.
I want to carry one back home.
What kind of clock are we talking about? Like old round, very tall grandfather clock.
Yes. 咕咕钟 in
Yeah,
German.
that's a grandfather clock.
Grandfather's
Oh,
clock.
really? But I don't see you wearing. Are you wearing any timepiece? Oh, yes. You have a wristwatch. Me too. I'm old school.
Yeah, old school.
Okay. So
No one carry a watch nowadays.
No
Everyone
one.
use cell phone.
Yes. Everybody does almost everything on their cell phone.
Yes.
Serious, unserious, checking on time, not checking on time. So what would be the number 2 on your list?
Number 2 maybe is wine.
Wine. Are you a big fan of wine?
No. After I came to Europe, I started drinking wine.
Then why do you want to buy wine? It's a new habit for you.
Yes, it's cheap in Europe. It's way more
How
cheap
about
than-
now? Do you always eat with wine?
No. I cannot afford
So you
in
stop
Taiwan.
drinking wine, after you get back.
Yes.
And also, what about the quality? What do you think?
The quality is...
Ladies
Good.
out there taking pictures, listen to me. We're talking about what are the things that you want most from Europe. Tell us about yours. She's too shy.
It's okay.
Okay, Cindy, back to you. Number 1, grandfather's clock. Number 2, wine. What kind of wine do you prefer, red or white?
White.
White. Very classy. You have good taste. Okay, what do you usually take your wine with?
With fried rice. With fried rice.
Cynthia, we're talking about good taste.
Yes.
You take your white wine with French fries.
Yes, French fries.
What a disappointment. Okay. Back to the list. Okay, number 1, grandfather's clock. Number 2, wine. Number 3.
Number 3, it's costume from each country. Costume.
That would be a lot of money and a lot of weight.
It costs a lot.
Like national costumes from each country. Okay. But how come you came up with this idea? You must have seen some on your trip. What would be the most impressive costume from what country?
In German.
In Germany.
Yeah, in Germany.
You like
because I traveled to Germany during the time they are having festival.
Yes. Okay. Are we talking about the beer festival from
beer festival.
München?
Yeah, Munich.
It's not Munich. That's
Munich?
American. München.
München?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, in German it's München.
So I'm crazy about the vibe and that city and the people wearing that costume during in the street.
We know you travel to Czechia and then you stay over for university education. But other than Czech, what European language do you speak best?
Czech, yeah. I think Czech.
Other than Czech?
Other than Czech.
Yes, in addition to.
Spanish?
Oh, really? Okay. Hit us with some good Spanish sentences. By the way, I haven't learned any. I know no Spanish. It's a language I don't speak. Oh, by the way, Yvonne just got back from Paris. And then she's going back to a hospital checkup because everything was so expensive there. Okay, so she went back and then she visited us yesterday. And because of that, we shoot the first full French video.
Video?
Yes, of the English department.
Right.
We did everything in French.
Oh, that's cool.
It will be coming out. It will be our full French reels.
But it was her first day arrived in Taiwan.
I'm not sure.
And you hit her a bunch of French. Is that a good idea for that?
I think she's I think she speaks French well enough.
Yes,
so
because she took a lot of French lessons.
And also, she's living with a French granny.
Yes,
it always helps if you live
in
with
that
Ama.
environment.
Yeah.
With Ama.
Yes.
In that environment, it's good.
Okay. So, your turn. Hit us with some good Spanish sentences. First, how do you say thank you in Spanish?
I don't know. I can only say
And you dare to say you speak Spanish.
Other than Czech, yeah.
Okay.
That is.
But so what can you say and what can you speak in Spanish?
I can only say hola. Oh, is that hola? Say hola.
Hola. We have people who can say slow down in Spanish out there.
Maybe we can invite her.
Because that's also the only thing they say.
Okay.
If you, let's say, this is another situation on a different note. If you have to pick a European country and then stay there for the rest of your life after you retire, what would be your pick? Hi, Luke. Today we're having Cindy, but before, I break up to her today's topic. We're talking about her European trips through 41 countries in half a year. And then guess how much she spent. She says that she only spent 800,000 kwai.
NT dollars.
Traveling through 41 countries. I think that's impressive.
That is pretty impressive.
But I really have no idea.
Well,
But if you have to give a ballpark figure, Luke, how much is probably a reasonable sum of money if we have to travel through 41 countries in Europe?
41 countries.
41 countries.
Okay, how much do you need to spend? Oof. Because you're looking at, what? How many days was it, Cindy?
8 months.
8 months.
8 months.
Wow, that's 30 days. Is that...
You're counting the boarding fee.
Yeah, what? So that's going to be like 240 days. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would give myself $2,000 per night at least. Yeah. Just for room and board.
2,000 US dollars or 2,000 kwai?
Taiwanese. Yeah.
2,000 kwai.
Yeah, 2,000 Taiwanese dollars. Yeah. So, ooh.
Oh, that'll be a lot then.
Yeah.
That'll be a lot.
Yeah, you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also asked Cindy, what would be, if you have to make a list of 3 things you want most in Europe to bring back. Okay. She gave me the list.
Yes.
Number 1, a grandfather clock.
Yeah.
Number 2, wine. Okay, because wine is too expensive here. Number 3, costumes from each countries and nations.
Oh. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's enough for you to run a museum even. Yeah.
Well, I must say the costume thing, there's this one park called, is it Busch Gardens?
Busch Gardens.
In the United States. And I know the one, I think around Virginia,
Yeah.
they have, I think, 4 sections of the park. And I remember there was a France section, a Germany section, and an England section. I can't remember if it was Japanese was the other one. It was Japan, yeah. But so the American people would dress up in the stereotypical attire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so maybe, you could, if you want to get that feeling, maybe you can just work at Busch Gardens.
And Cindy also mentioned that, among all the costumes, she favors German ones most.
Yeah, which, like Southern Germany, the kind of...
Yes, Southern Germany.
I forget the term that they call it.
Ding dong, or I don't know. I sound ridiculous.
I truly believe it's not ding dong. Ding dong means something you
dong?
don't want to say in public.
There's ding dong could also be a doorbell. Isn't there a Oktoberfest? Lederhosen? Is that what it's called?
What?
Lederhosen?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure
it's
about
where
the place.
You have suspenders and you have shorts and stuff like that. They wear it during Oktoberfest.
I always get them
Bavaria.
confused. The German ones and the Austrian ones. I can't remember. Yeah.
Very cool. Wow. So this was how recent was this 8-month trip? Was this?
She's fresh from her trips. She just got back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't realize because I remember you were going abroad. Yeah.
That was last semester.
I didn't realize it was going to be longer. Yeah. Wow, that's pretty cheap.
Yeah.
That's basically my living expenses with my family and stuff like that for 1 year.
She only stays in either hostels or train stations or airports, and she only allows herself time to sleep between transitions. That's why.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's why you can save a lot of money from accommodation. For accommodation.
That's her killer move. Really something.
Is there a little bit of, it's rougher too being a woman, right? Because I know, like, I used to, in the past when I was poor, I would sleep in airports, and I'm at the point in life where, with my family, we're just going to get a place if we have to stay the night. We're not going to, for example, in Korea, it's a great place to sleep in the airport for the night. They've got all these like couches and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's, are you a little worried about people taking your things? You're kind of sleeping as if you're a bird, right? You have one eye open.
But look, you're a man, and I remember you used to be big.
Yeah.
The first time I saw you, I thought to myself, this guy must be playing a quarterback or something.
That was because I was dirty bulking back then. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I was actually, I might actually be stronger now, but I was thick THICC.
Yeah.
Maybe I had some muscle, but I had
Definitely better physique now. But okay, used to be like several size over.
Yeah, there's also there's something called like creatine, and I think also with American food we tend to kind of puff up a little bit.
Yes.
And I've noticed that
Certainly.
with Americans that there's more water or something like that. It sounds very unscientific.
I know.
But I know like there's this one supplement called creatine, and if you take it, it puts water into your muscles.
Yeah.
And you can gain about 2 kilograms like that.
Yeah.
And you don't look fat, but you just expand.
Right.
But this is distracting from Sydney's 8-month vacation.
Yeah.
Or experience. Yeah. Which countries did you go to?
I exchanged to Czechia for 1 semester, and after the semester, I started traveling.
Yeah.
And always scoring high without missing one class.
Really?
Yeah.
Isn't that not the way to do it as an exchange student? As an exchange student, you want to
Travel a lot.
not take your classes seriously. Yeah.
But even so, she traveled quite a lot.
Yeah.
See, without missing one class, scoring high, still you spend the rest of the time traveling through 41 countries.
Wow, impressive.
That's really impressive.
Oh, so what's your country list?
Country list for I traveled.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I always say Czech Republic, but it's Czechia. How do you
It's
say
Czechia now.
it? Czechia.
Yeah, used to be Czech Republic. No, I'm sorry, used to be Czechoslovakia.
Slovakia. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
And then
Let's start counting. Check.
can I
No, you cannot.
Try without your phone first.
Memory
without
check.
my phone? Okay.
Check.
Vienna. Vienna.
So that's Austria. Yeah.
Austria. Yeah.
Yeah,
Austria.
okay, it's a city. It's not a, yes, okay. And
Austria.
so Czech, and then Austria, and then
Hungary and Slovakia.
Hungary, Slovakia.
Slovakia. And then Iceland.
Wow.
Iceland. Wow, that's up north.
Yes.
That's a plane. Yeah.
Yes.
Plane ride. Yeah.
Yes.
Norway.
No, Norway is.
No, Norway. Just
We-
Iceland.
Yeah, just Iceland.
Finland. No, Finland.
No, Finland. Just
Only
Iceland.
Iceland. Okay.
It's not really that close, right? Iceland is kind of isolated.
Yeah, they're always saying the three.
Sitting
Okay, actually, they're quite apart from each other.
After Iceland is
Starting with
German
Germany and
and
France. No, Spanish.
only German.
Okay, Spain.
Only German.
Only Germany and
After German,
Estonia,
no.
Lithuania.
Estonia would be interesting. I hear like 90% of the people there are blonde. It's the highest blonde and blue-eyed population.
Oh, really? I didn't know. I didn't know.
Because the stereotype of Americans is that we're all blonde and
Yeah.
blue-eyed, and that's just totally not true. But I guess there's certain areas of, I think when you get closer to Russia and stuff like that, that they're very common. It's very common to have blonde hair and blue eyes. You're actually the majority.
Yeah, I think you always need to look to places where people have no idea whether our staple food is noodles or rice, and that's usually the mixed area.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. That's an interesting definition. I like it.
Yeah.
For the food. Okay, then the next one is going to be 列支敦士登.
I don't even know.
It's a very tiny.
I think it's a castle country,
Liechtenstein or something like that?
something like that.
It's like it's pretty much the size of Taipei, but it's a country.
Oh yeah.
Most modern countries used to be kingdoms, but I believe that country used to be dukedom. Yeah, very, very small. Yeah.
That's always kind of interesting when there's like this place that, it's not a kingdom or anything. It doesn't really have a standing army, but they're able to survive somehow through politics and something like that. I remember that Constantinople fell, right?
Yep.
Because I can't remember across the body of water there.
Right.
I forget what that place was called. But
Istanbul.
But now it's Istanbul, right? But it survived on trade and it worked with Constantinople. But basically, the Ottoman Empire, when they invaded Constantinople and turned it into Istanbul, right? They launched the attack by coming through that that area. So it's like places in the past didn't always need an army; they could survive in other ways. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful.
But anyways, this is a stupid point. More countries.
Vatican.
I think it's funny that she got 41 and she didn't even go to Spain.
Right. Okay. Okay. She didn't even have a list of 10. And okay, skipping all those major countries.
Yeah.
No France. No Spain. No Italy.
Yes, we do.
Italy. Yes, Italy. Italy and Germany.
You can write a travel book. I think Taiwanese, they eat these up, yeah?
Yeah.
There's probably a market that you could publish.
Publish a book.
Yeah.
Travel book.
And then
Go back to your Instagram and try to dig as much info as possible.
Okay, I will try.
And for each stop, you make a new post.
hey, Richard. Hey, Eason.
When
The top students over there, we have Richard and we have Eason. Yes.
Yep.
Richard's in my class this semester. Eason was last semester.
I have both of them in my class.
Waiting for them to come back. Look at Eason. He's powering up with this food. He's getting ready for class. He's looking hungry to take on this 1 o'clock class.
are they major in English? Also
Yeah.
English.
They're both English majors.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great students. We love them.
Because we're on air. Cindy, do you think that half a year is good enough for an exchange program, or it's actually too short? If you can start this thing over, would you ask for 1 full year or half a year still?
I'll still do half year.
Oh, really? You want it to be intense?
Yes, intense. If you stay
Okay.
1 year, you will be like
Lagging
chill.
off.
Yes.
Okay, good.
And you are always waiting for someone to travel with you. So I don't want to do that.
Okay. Cindy, do you somehow, discover a new life philosophy on your trip and bring it back to your new life here in Taiwan? What is the greatest life lesson you learn?
Be slow.
Be slow.
Yeah, I think Taipei
I
is
never remember you as someone hurrying around. So that's Andrew walking by. Andrew, we're talking about what are some of the things that you want most from Europe? Any idea?
And you're always welcome to come inside the studio.
Andrew, you always look tired. And we want to know why.
I'll tell you why. This is the kind of guy you'll see on a Friday night. I ran into him when it's dark outside. I used to stay late sometimes for one class for some reason. It would end at 5.
Yeah.
And I would see Andrew.
And what was he doing when you saw him?
I think you had a class or something, but I was running around the track and I invited him to do different sprints with me, and he didn't want to join.
Oh, by the way, I remember Andrew is planning to study abroad after he finishes college. Andrew, what country do you have in mind? What country? England?
要进来的话，任何人都可以进来啊。Yeah, everyone's welcome to come in.
The States.
Do you want to come in?
What country?
Australia. Australia.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Interesting.
Australia. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you going to watch Australian rules football or European football there, Andrew?
All right. He's a big fan of football.
Yes, we've had these discussions.
Real football, not American football.
Real football first.
Real football.
Which to some people is really, really real. But
Hey, we really have to let him go. Andrew, thank you. We're going to let you go.
and there's Casper out there. Casper the friendly ghost. Yes.
Where?
He's right here.
Right.
He's waving. He's walking fast.
Yes.
Looking like he wants to take on.
Stop.
Cindy, have you ever thought about dyeing your hair? See, there's so many people walking by with different hair colors. If you need to dye your hair, what would be your pick of color?
Did you see the back, by the way?
I do dye my hair, but after
You didn't
that,
see the back?
I don't like.
No. Okay, that's not dyeing. That's just highlighting.
Okay.
A few highlighting.
All right.
Yeah.
I like my hair in black more.
Oh, really?
But if I plan to have dye my hair
Okay.
in pink in the future.
Back to your life philosophy. Okay, back to the life philosophy you picked up on your European trips.
What? Can you say that again?
Back to your life philosophy. Okay, the life philosophy you picked up on your European trips.
Just be slow first.
Be slow and while you're thinking, look, do you think, the idea of live slow, eat slow, slow food, or doing everything slowly
I can't do it.
is still in trend, is still trending?
Okay.
And what's your take?
No. People have,
No. Why not?
people have no patience, man. Okay, so I was showing Forrest Gump today in my class.
Yeah.
Right when I push play, the cell phones are up. You know, it's people.
Don't have patience.
Yeah, there's no patience anymore because it's the attention economy. It's the opposite of patience. Like people don't observe their surroundings anymore.
Patience is so important. We must allow patience for so many things to happen.
Yeah, but we're not doing it very
Deep,
well.
rich relationship comes from patience
Patience.
too.
Yeah, I mean, but the problem is like, how do we cultivate that now? Because it's getting harder with technology. As technology improves, it does more and more for us. And so what you really gain by living slowly, I think, is to appreciate things, to notice things, to pick up on the details. And
But what if it's not about other people? It's about you, and then you're trying to look for the best way of life, or you want some improvement, on your life right now. You wouldn't like to slow down anyhow?
I wish I had more time.
Yeah.
I don't like... People tell me, oh, you should enjoy your meal, slow down, and things like that. But
I think after having a kid, it's impossible for parent to having time to slow
Right
down.
on.
yeah,
slow down.
you lose that time.
Yeah.
You
And-
lose the time for yourself.
I mean, you try to gain it back. So I'm always thinking of. I just started doing this week. Okay, I'm writing a novel. Yeah, and
Oh, so you start flirting with the idea. You practice the idea.
okay, this is my new strategy. Yeah, I have to drive from Jingmei Guoxiao, where I parked the vehicle,
Yep.
to Waijiaobu. Yeah, and that's 30 minutes. And so I used to do things like listen to podcasts or audio.
You record writing.
and
You are record writing.
no, I'm not doing that. What I don't. I have to write.
Okay.
And even if you think something is great, it doesn't mean anything until you start typing it up.
Sure.
But, and then you start editing it, and then it changes. And a lot of times it changes into something better than what you originally thought of, right? So you can't cheat the process. But what I do is when I stop at red lights, sometimes you have 90 seconds, and I'm editing now.
Oh, really?
So now I've started to edit it because
you must be getting a lot of honking.
No, yeah, I try to be. It's not the best, but fortunately for this part, I'm not at the heavy editing. I'm at more of the kind of the stylistic stuff. So I'm doing a lot of M dashes, and I'm trying to get rid of some of them because
But how can you do that? Are we talking about pen and or are we talking about paper and pencil?
yeah. So I have my draft printed out, and then
Respect. You have
yeah.
my respect.
it's like I'm just trying to find that time because I can't. I kind of am very envious of my wife because she doesn't have these needs for goals. I'm always thinking about
I'm not even sure it's a nice thing to say.
I really admire that. People just kind of smell the flowers. You know, my son, for example, he's just totally in the moment all the time. And I'm always thinking, okay, like
Dawdling time away.
if he goes to bed at 8:30, I get the dishes done by 9:30. Maybe I'll have 30 minutes to write. Like I'm always thinking like that.
Calculate that the time.
Yeah, and people who kind of just say, well, it happens, it happens. My wife just like hangs out on the couch and looks at her phone. And I think that's.
I'm where you are in terms of having goals, not in terms of already starting something. I hate myself for not write, for not jot down something for publications or not. But I hate to live my life, total my time away without writing. Yeah, that's my life goal.
But I really admire the Cindy trip. I would tell you, I would struggle a little bit with 8 months it was. Because I really like to do the gym. And
all right.
And and it is hard to do fitness and travel.
Because you always need a base.
You need a base, right? And like, so you need to find where can I work out? So you could do body weight stuff in running, but then you're sweating and then you have to wash clothes more and stuff like that. So I would struggle with that part, and then to diet. And so I'm kind of curious about how hard it was for you to like clothes washing. How much clothes do you have with you? Because you can't travel very much. Yeah.
Hey, but if you travel enough and then you start enough, you get fit.
Yeah. Well, okay. So a story with my wife and I, we did our honeymoon trip to Europe. Yeah.
Which country?
Yeah. So we only got to 4, I think.
Italy.
Italy was not. I went to Italy when I was... So I went to Italy when I was 18, but when I didn't get married at 18. But some Americans get married at 18. So we landed in Germany.
Germany?
Is it Munich? Right? Munich? I forget how to say it in German.
München. In German, München.
That's why some people spell it Munchen, something like that. München.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. So that's like Bavaria, right? And then my friend and his wife live up in Frankfurt. Yeah. So
Frankfurt.
Yeah, Frankfurt. Yeah, Frankfurt. God, I like a real American. And then, thankfully, they added one country onto our list by taking us into the Netherlands. Yeah, so they drove us to the Netherlands. Which was
that's
really
good.
Cool. One nice thing about Europe is like they don't have the highest salaries, but their companies have good benefits. So,
right.
His friend, this friend, and my French friend. My French friend works for a French company. Their vehicles are from their company, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I mean, that's a really nice deal. So if Shishing paid for my car, that's a huge I would.
Sure.
Yeah. But
sure.
At Shishing, if you want to park, it's $3,000.
Yeah, you wish.
I don't even park at my university. Where's the president when you need him? Yeah. So it costs $3,000 a month to park here, and it costs $2,000 at Jingmei. So I'm not going to pay.
We're going back to our route of complaint.
Yeah, here we go. Get ready for it. Yeah. So that was the Netherlands.
So
was,
Germany and then Netherlands.
No Italy, and then France. Yeah.
And then France. And
okay, I'm going to do my real Spanish pronunciation for this. Barcelona.
Oh, Barcelona. Good.
Yeah, that was, and we didn't do anywhere else in Spain. I kind of wish we would have got up to the northwest, to tell you the truth, or even the south of it. But I mean, so we did it in 22 days. My wife she's not as adventurous as you. She doesn't want to do hostels and stuff like that, and I can kind of understand that because there's scary movies about that. She's not the kind of person to sleep in an airport.
Look, if you could pick a country. And sky's the limit. You don't have to worry about money or anything else. To spend the rest of your life after you retire in Europe, pick a country.
Ooh.
Which
one?
I think I might choose Iceland, to tell you the truth.
Iceland? Why? Because they only have 900 words in their dictionary.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's very convenient. 900 words in the dictionary.
Wow.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
Icelandic. Yes, it's true. Because it's like they are using a lot of linguistic technique, like the way you combine, like the way you come up with phrases in Chinese. You don't need much. Like 1,000 or 2,000 Chinese characters will be way enough. But they're doing it even in a more extremely kind of way. Okay, so 900 words in an Icelandic dictionary. I thought this is a known linguistic fact.
So I've heard, I am fascinated in island countries because there's one thing. All right, so if people ask me,
you're living in one.
Yeah. True.
And I don't see the fascination
of Taiwan.
No.
I used to think Taiwan was a utopia. When I first came here, I just thought it was the best place, and
Really?
No complaints.
Who gave you that idea?
So my friend Andrew, we were both exchange students at Season together.
Yeah.
And we thought, man, this is just the best place ever.
Really? Both of you thought that way?
Yeah, I did not have much culture shock at first, yeah.
Really?
Later on, and I still deal with it, yeah. So the worst thing, I don't know what your experience was in Europe, but what bothers me about Taiwan is like you are never, ever Taiwanese. If you're white, you'll never like fit in. But there's some advantages to that. But you know, if I do something, people are, oh, thank you, or just people randomly talk to me in English. I was the other day. I went to the breakfast shop. This is why I don't like going to new places. If I go to your breakfast shop, I go all the time. I like familiar. If I go to a new place, it's like they don't know if I speak Chinese or not. I speak Chinese and they want to talk to me.
And they start sitting guessing.
So it's like there's a person. I said, "Oh, hey, 可以内用吗？现在有位置吗？" And I know the boss, and she's like, "Oh, 当然可以." It's like, "Oh, 你要吃什么?" And there's like a customer, I guess, who comes a lot. I've never seen her. She goes, "Wow, your Chinese is very good." You just get that all the time, you know?
Yeah. And getting fed up with that.
Yeah, it gets annoying. And it got annoying at like year 2 or year 3, and it doesn't change. But and maybe that's part of the island culture thing, where I've heard that like you're an island.
But then you must be thinking, okay, judging from the way I dress, I must be living nearby. Why do you say things like that?
Yeah, that's part of the problem of the education system and things like that. And a lot of foreigners are lazy. They don't learn Chinese, which is a good choice because learning Chinese is a terrible investment of time and money. But don't do it. It's a waste of your time.
And when you travel down south, it doesn't really work.
Yeah. It's just like, maybe it's different if you go to England or New Zealand or Iceland. But what I like about Europe, I went to Italy and people would talk to me in Italian. So I think Taiwanese are trying to be welcoming. They want you to feel like you're part, like that you feel comfortable or something, but it actually makes you uncomfortable eventually. Yeah. Because
that's what we're good at.
Yeah. And it's just something that's never going to change. And you have to just get used to it. I hope my son doesn't, get singled out. Cause you just never, when people talk to me in English, I feel like it takes you
condescending.
Not condescending exactly. It just takes you out of your element.
Oh, right.
So let's say everyone's talking to each other in Chinese, and then like just 让别人做不爱做什么的. Yeah. If they talk to you in Chinese, you just move on. You're like, this is normal. This is why I really love soccer. I love to play soccer because it's so intense.
Yeah, guys.
And you have that, like, we're a team. And sometimes, like, the guys during halftime would joke around with me in English or something like that. Sure. But during the match, there's no time to be like, let's practice English. We have to use Chinese. We're going to war here. And I love that feeling, and I miss it. But it is what it is. It's called language rape, I guess. I don't really like the term, but yeah. So, anyways, the thing about what I like about islands is there's a limited space to go.
Yeah.
And I am more fascinated about seeing it all. So, for example, I've seen more of Taiwan than most Taiwanese people.
Yeah. And
it is fascinating to me. I find the outlying islands very interesting, and so we're up here in Taipei, but I've gone down south.
So even as a Taiwan 女婿, you always feel that a foreigner will always be a foreigner here.
Yeah, you'll never fit in.
And then I think the reason why is somehow related to my experience here as a Taiwanese myself.
Yeah.
You are never alone. Everything you do, everything you say is under the surveillance of the public. People always try to get you involved. You are always a part of something. You are not allowed to be alone in this culture.
That might be true. And in some ways it's a huge advantage. Like, I'm more famous in Chinese than in English. So if you look up my English name, you don't get that many results. But if you look up my Chinese name, I got lots of stuff. So it's like,
you are everywhere on YouTube. 戴明路 here and 戴明路 there.
I mean, if I was from like Thailand or Vietnam, I wouldn't be famous. So there are that advantages of being a Westerner, and that you get certain opportunities.
Hey, but it's also true that people are saying that if you make a living in the academic world, and while the academic world keeps records of everything, like it's part of what every university is doing, so it makes you easily accessible on the internet.
Yeah,
that's also part of the reason why.
I mean, like, I think I'm the most famous goalkeeper in Taiwan who's foreign, but I'm not the best.
I don't have a doubt.
But I'm not the best, so some of it's like, there's like really good goalkeepers and they're less famous online than I am. But no, just because I have a lot of pictures doesn't mean anyone knows who I am. But so let's ask you, did you feel like you were one of the people there, or did you feel like you stuck out like a sore thumb? Were there any negative experiences, positive experiences? Did you just go through it like it was water, or did people pay attention to you? Did people talk to you in English all the time, or what was that like?
They won't talk English to me because they think that I traveled to their country I should learn some language.
Yeah, that's normal.
Their language. Yeah. I think that it should be that. But Taiwanese always speaking English to foreigner.
Yeah.
Because we thought the world is basically composed of two countries, Taiwan and the States, and nothing in between.
Yes.
It's definitely taught to the Taiwanese, so like you see it in the language books here, and you hear the advice all the time. Oh, when you see a foreigner, go up and talk to them in English. Like use that opportunity.
I think that's some kind of harassment.
Oh, for sure.
I really don't like that.
Okay, so but no one's trying to change it. What else? What else did you feel? So people, they want you to speak their language?
Yes, they always speak their language to me. Like Italy, they always say in Italian. Czech, they always say Czechia to me. And no one will view you as a foreigner.
Yeah, they're always... That's Dr. Dilly walking by the way.
Oh,
people that's wave at her.
Yes, let's say hi. Oh, look how Taiwanese Dr. Dilly is. Yes.
Yeah.
She has she has an umbrella. Yeah.
She blends in.
She needs to be telling all these people walking around they need to be using an umbrella. The UVs are out there are very intense. Yeah.
So, in your opinion, Cindy, what is the most beautiful European language?
The most beautiful European language.
We know you picked up some Czech, and then but other than that, what is the most beautiful European language to you?
French.
Oh, really?
I'll pick French.
But you didn't even travel to France.
Yes, I have traveled to
France.
France.
So you traveled to France and Germany and
Spain?
Yeah,
and Spain.
Okay. That makes sense. I didn't know how you can get to 41 countries without going to France.
Yeah, true.
There's Esther out there. She's a great student, by the way. Japanese department. Yeah. Very cool. And
really?
She's an expert on martial arts. Yeah.
She looks like an artist, all right?
She is. Very creative thinker. Yeah. Big fan.
Okay. Yep. What is the most beautiful thing to say in Czech? Hey, Enkyeong! That is my Korean student, Enkyeong, walking by. Enkyeong, you're welcome to pop in. Yeah, pop in from here.
Are we going to put her here?
We're talking about Europe, and your experience of traveling around.
Is she coming in here?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to slide over, yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
Coming in. You take this spot. I'm going to move over here.
Yeah. You'll be the center of our interviewing sandwich. This is Cindy. Cindy's from the English department. Cindy just got back from her exchange program. Sit over there. Thank you.
I think I met her before.
Oh,
right?
really?
You met before?
In what class?
Last semester. I think the activity held by international office or
Say Enkyeong, you don't remember, but Cindy's got tenacious memory. Okay. She has the memory of an elephant. So look, this is Enkyeong, from Korea, and then guess what class she's in? What class conducted by me?
You're in
modern poetry.
Oh wow.
Modern poetry.
Oh no.
I have some new students in the in modern poetry, and a lot more from Western philosophy. So this is Enkyeong. Enkyeong, we're just talking about what is the most beautiful language in your opinion. And we're waiting. Enkyeong, okay, you can think, but don't overthink it.
Is it English? European?
No. Okay, we're asking. We're asking for your opinion. We're asking for your answer.
And English and Korean counts. You can choose your own country's language.
I think Korean.
Oh, really? What is the most beautiful thing to say in Korean?
Word? Is it?
Oh,
You say
a sentence. What is the most beautiful thing to say in Korean? Since you say Korean is the most beautiful language.
I love one sentence from
Share with us.
it's
What does it mean first?
따뜻한 바다로 가자.
And it means
It's go to warm sea. Go to warm sea.
go to.
Hi.
You're not making any sense. Okay.
See?
So the sea is warm. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the idea.
So can you say that again? Look, you speak Korean.
No, not at all.
Oh my God! Look,
So
I didn't even know you speak Korean.
No, I just understood her English. Yeah, it was very nice, by the way. And to tell you the truth, I have made a conscious choice of my Chinese is getting worse, by the way, and my son's Chinese is getting better. So my son is 2.5 years old now, and he woke
So
up.
he's taking away your language ability.
No, before last year. So last year around October, he started to finally talk, which is a little bit late, right? So
Wait, what was his first word?
other than like baba and stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah, you think. Okay, must be mama.
He actually did say baba first, but I lied to my mom and said he said mama first. So,
Okay.
I heard him say baba when we were outside going to a bread shop, and I started training him.
I don't
to say,
believe you, but
no,
yeah.
it's true. This is a true story. And I started saying mama, 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 mama. And then when he came home, he said mama first. Yeah.
I think
So,
he's so cute.
yeah, he's pretty cute.
It's like
You wanna see him?
baby.
Yeah, I can show you. We've got lots of photos of him. Yeah.
Oh my God! Don't do that.
This is what you do.
Look, why are you showing your baby's pictures to people?
Oh, you show them to everybody.
You're such a Taiwanese father.
Taiwanese father.
Really? I think
Taiwanese father. Luke, Taiwanese father.
So there's this really great app called Jia Jia Shangfu. Yeah. So this is this is my kid.
I don't get it.
It's over here. Yeah. Okay. So this is my little kid. Yeah.
That's Kev walking by.
Yeah. So that's him doing his thing. Yeah.
Kev, Luke is showing his baby's pictures to people. I think this is annoying. Okay.
Yeah.
Kev, have you ever done that?
Yeah.
Showing your family pictures to people?
Oh yeah. To
Let's
strangers.
not do
yeah,
that.
That's
Thank
him.
you.
Yeah. That's us doing our thing. But he's so cute. Look at him. He's just doing his thing. Yeah.
Hey, Kev, by the way, we're talking about, in your mind's eye, in your opinion, what is the
doing the
most
sweeping.
beautiful language in the world?
He actually was on a podcast on Monday.
Yeah, okay.
I saw that. Do they?
French, I say, is the most beautiful.
Oh, really?
The most beautiful woman.
Oh, okay.
Very classy.
Hello.
Is there a number two?
Am I supposed
And
to say
please
that?
don't say English, thank you.
Well, that goes without saying.
Okay. Hit us with a sentence.
With a sentence.
Yeah,
In English.
French.
French. Je m'appelle Kevin. It sounds
Okay,
better.
bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Je suis anglais.
I really I admire the language teachers. I kind of wish I had a friendlier face. Yeah, because
Yeah.
they're very nice. Yeah, they're doing God's work. Because you're teaching English to most people who don't care. Yeah. So. And
You're getting bitter again.
oh no.
Is this the first thing you try to be after you show people your baby's pictures?
Okay, well, I mean, it does make me wonder if my kid is going to be able to survive in this world when... Okay, so today in my sports and culture class, which is different than sports English, yes. I don't know how it is, but I did 2 different types of oral presentations today.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay, one was Forrest Gump, and it showed different sports movies. And another one was different types of football formations. So it's like, how many defenders do you have? How many midfielders do you have? How many strikers do you have? And I've been doing this like since week 1. I've been telling them, okay, you can do this as a topic. You can do this as a topic. And I have students coming up to me today, like, what can I do for the topic? I'm like, God damn. Do I just need to like give everyone assign a topic for you guys? It's like, I'm trying to inspire you with stuff. I have all these photos on it. And like, I have a Google Doc, yeah? And they're taking pictures of it. I'm like, guys, I sent you this Google Doc in our line group. Why are you taking pictures? It doesn't make any sense.
Luke, you're sucking us all into the vortex.
Yes. of darkness, yeah. But it's just like, what is going on? I'm living in idiocracy. It's coming true, It's just unbelievable. It's like, I didn't know this was on page 2 of our Google Doc. You didn't take 10 minutes to kind of flip through it to see what's coming. Oh boy. But anyways,
Look, we're having a lot of sun.
Anyways,
it's
yes.
not Sunday, but it's a beautiful sunny Wednesday.
And I'm going to rollerblade to the gym, and I'm going to crush it.
The podcast always lures out the dark side of you.
Yeah, it starts out as optimistic, and then you get to week 4, week 5, and you're like, is something wrong with our world?
Yeah, it's the timing.
And when I literally say anything about sports works for your presentation, and then I do different presentations, and then I show you some of my PowerPoints for other things.
You held in.
It's like,
and you tried patience instead.
And people are, I don't know what's going on. Are they not paying attention? Or maybe it's in Taiwan, you're given a little limit. And if it's outside of, they need guardrails. They need certain boundaries.
Probably.
Because I don't know. I don't understand people. Anyways, I've made a conscious choice to not learn another language other than Chinese.
Okay.
So when people try to teach me, people try to teach me new language, I am not curious to, and to me, it's really annoying when people go around being able to, I know 6 different languages and I can say 2 different phrases in each one. It just doesn't mean anything to me.
I always have doubt when I hear that.
Yeah. I mean, so I want to hear you to me, you can't use a language unless you can, to me, if you can't do an interview in that language, I don't care. Right? Now, there are some weirdos that can only read a language, which is crazy. So, for example, there's like these Western scholars that cannot talk, especially in Europe, they cannot speak Chinese, but they can read it.
Sinologists.
I mean, that is wild. So they can read Chinese. They can't.
Without speaking it.
They can't go to a breakfast shop and get themselves a danbing.
No.
But these people, you give them some Tang Dynasty poetry and...
they explained it to you.
It's like reading children's.
When you talk about dumping, they have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, that is.
It's crazy. How does this work?
They
read a little paper.
They took it as a discipline. Yeah, they never took it as a living language.
Okay.
Yeah,
There's a little bit of that in Taiwan. It used to be more common. Nowadays, Taiwan has transitioned itself from being test-based, right? So. When I first came to Taiwan 15, 16 years ago, people were better often at reading and writing than at speaking.
Oh, true. Yeah. That too.
And even listening. But now, Taiwanese have great listening. Even there's people who can't even speak really, but they have great listening.
Yeah.
Because there's so much listening media now, right?
Like
TV
they
shows
always understand your questions, but they're too shy to respond to that.
So they don't know how to respond. And it's also because Taiwanese, it's like the teacher talks, the students listen. There's not much interaction. There's too many students in classes, things like that. But
we have people coming out from that end.
They're always welcome to come in. Yeah, we have 2 more spots.
Enkyeong, is that your friend? You can ask your friend to come in.
Ming Xuan.
You're welcome to come in. Are they your friends from your class or from your country?
Class.
Okay.
You can just come in.
Yes, come in.
So is your Chinese getting any better?
Yeah.
Yeah?
You can sit over there.
What is getting better, your English or your Chinese?
There.
What has
The
improved
2 seats for you.
in your time in Taiwan? Has your English gotten better or your
We're
Chinese?
talking about languages.
Chinese.
Chinese has gotten
Oh, you
better?
have another class. Okay. Then, just one quick question before you go. Okay. In your opinion, what is the most beautiful language?
English is the most beautiful language.
Yeah, you're lying. We're hey liars. Okay, and Spanish. Can you say something in Spanish?
Hola, me llamo Mina.
Oh, that would be 3 things. Thank you. And thank you. Okay, at least they care enough to lie. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Enkyeong's friends. Okay, and then back to Enkyeong. Enkyeong,
Yes.
if you need to speak from your experience, how do you see the difference between schooling in Taiwan and schooling in Korea? Like the vibes and the atmosphere you experience on campus, is it very different?
I think in Korea is just have study. Just have to study. Just have to grow up. Just have to.
You feel the pressure.
Yes.
And in Taiwan, you chill out.
Okay, question. I've heard you've said that in Korean universities, they block Wi-Fi or you can't use.
Oh yes.
Is this
They
true?
have
Is it?
systems?
In your Korean university, are you not allowed to play on your phone in class? Do they stop you from playing on your phone, or do people not care? Because I've heard that from you, and
Yes.
I'm kind of curious. I don't know if I've done a Google search or not, but I haven't really seen any results.
You say in class.
Yeah, can you like just look at YouTube and Line or Instagram?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but you
In high school,
Yeah.
we have to don't use smartphone. So
Okay.
we should
Lock?
give
Give to teacher.
Oh yeah.
Which we should do at the
so you're
university
saying
level.
yes here in Taiwan, but back in Korea you're not allowed.
Yes, but recently.
Yeah, because you're in Taiwan. Okay.
No. I mean recently in Korea, we should more freedom.
Oh,
to
they lifted the
students.
ban.
Yeah.
It's a ban.
That's
See?
a mistake.
So
That's the wrong way.
there used to be a ban.
Okay. So there was a ban in high school or a ban in college.
Oh, is application you're saying?
Sure.
Oh, I thought is block smartphone in class in school.
I mean, the problem with university education is that students don't listen anymore.
True.
Because they just play on their cell phones. The whole
And
time.
we're always fighting with the smartphones over their attention, which is sad.
And, there are things like Wi-Fi blockers
Yes.
that can stop. Hey, Murphy. Murphy's a great student, by the way. He's an expert on PewDiePie. But so I'm kind of curious if there's systems that you can make sure students are not just playing on their phones all the time in class.
I've heard that. In some universities. But this is only the beginning. In some universities. If my memory serves me right, like 中心气管 or something, they start locking up students' smartphones,
Which we should be doing.
Yeah.
Because
they have a locker out there. It's a glass locker, so you
Okay.
can see your phone is sleeping in there, sitting down, nice and safe. Yeah.
yeah, what do they do with it?
I
Do
think
they do
it's
anything?
Terrible.
Yeah, I don't know.
But do you really need a cell phone in class?
If we're playing Kahoot games.
Yeah, that's about it. I do it for Kahoot and Quizlet. Yeah.
They're leaving. Okay, bye.
Hey, bye-bye. I used to have them put away their phones, and I just gave up eventually. Like, I used to go around making sure people weren't playing on their phones, but you're losing. It's a losing battle. But
Here's my dark thoughts.
yeah,
I just let them.
yeah.
And I made my lecture very specific. I made my coverage for midterm and final very specific. And then and after I realized those who focus on their smartphones always fail. I let them. I think they're doing good students like Cindy, a favor. They're paying for her trips. I let them. Their parents are actually paying for other better students to travel abroad. I let them. No punishment is better than letting them. Let them.
Yeah. So you think it's bad? Just students should be able to control themselves and.
I think I think more grown up person should teaching small students.
Okay.
Small students how to control yourself.
Okay.
So I think just block her, just punish him or her. That's not that.
The best way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think.
You're a very kind person. You're too kind. Okay, you're nothing like Luke and me. Okay, we're dark people.
We're jaded.
We're dark inside. We're dead inside.
We used to have so much positivity and light.
No.
But what was your experience in Czechia?
Yeah.
Were students using their cell phones
And I
in
was
class?
about to ask.
Yes, students using their cell phone because we are always have discussion and teacher let student use their cell phone.
So you're powering yourself up by doing some research on your phone
Yes, and
in order to respond to your teacher. That's different. Look, I think that's different.
Students still need to have discipline for their self. They have to learn how to control their self, and it make them to be responsible for themselves. If you fade it out, you have to figure out what should catch up with the class.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean the problem is class sizes are so big here. I have 50 plus in 4 of my classes. So my smallest class is 45, my biggest is 60. It's just you can't have
How many for the smallest?
45.
45 for the. Well, that's quite a lot.
Yeah, it's a
That's
B
not
show. Yeah.
small.
It's a required class, yeah. So we used to try to be under 20. And basically anything over 10 to 15 is just too much to have a good discussion. But Taiwanese also, they don't like to talk. If you go to American university, in my experience, everyone wants to share.
Yep.
Almost people who are not qualified to share anything want to share. And so in Taiwan,
That's true.
in Taiwan, I don't know, how can you get discussion going? So by the way, in 2 weeks, I guess someone's going to come through an organization called Orange Gibbon, and they do meeting facilitation, things like posting posters up on walls to try to get people up out of their chairs, things like that. Sounds like you're not very positive on this kind of experience, but anyways, the idea of trying to make your education more active and.
I think you always need a certain amount of patience and then waiting for it to happen. Last week, not last week, this week, yesterday, we're already on week 4. I tried to do this in my philosophy class. And then, finally it happened yesterday. I didn't even expect a discussion. But then, because for last week, by the way, for last week's topic was what is love, and then I always break down the major questions into something around 10 minor questions. So one thing leads to another, and then the final answer, the final minor question will take us back to the major one. So
Guangdian Juren is out there. Yeah.
Yes. And we're greeting
Juren Hao.
we're greeting 机顾主任 walking by.
Bye bye,
That's 机顾主任 from 广电. And then, I started my first question. So in your opinion, what are some of the feelings most often related to the idea of love? And then, I called on a tall guy, a sunny boy at the back, and then he said nothing. But then, from the point onward, he was actually thinking. 5 minutes later, he raised his hand. I have an answer to that. And then starting sharing with the entire class his little love story. We went crazy, so hilarious, funny. Yeah, so okay, I feel blessed because it's not something that happened every day to us. Yeah. So that was my most recent experience. Yeah. If you try to, okay, I think that was probably because of the topic. I tried to talk about love.
Yeah.
People jump in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you talk about life, no one cares.
No one cares about life.
Yeah. Even
No
you
one.
pop a lot of question that there's no student want to think about it.
No, they don't. Enkyeong, so back to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
How do you find your life different now from before?
Have you
In
upgraded?
Taiwan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
Sure.
And first, okay, why Taiwan?
Yeah.
Please justify your choice.
This because I want to find what I want to make film.
Okay, you want to find what you want to make a
Make.
movie out of.
Yes,
Okay.
Taiwan is known for its cinema.
I think in
Used to.
I think in Korea, of course, Korean movie is so good, so amazing.
I think your movie industry is actually better known than Taiwan's.
I've heard one Western person recently say that Korean movies are the best in the world now. That maybe you guys are better than Hollywood because you're more creative, care maybe less about the box office. Yeah.
Look, I have to tell you this. You have no idea how much the Korean government spent into the international study of Renaissance. They have the biggest, the most robust Renaissance cultural study centers in Seoul. If you are, imagine this, if you are a Shakespearean scholar, you have to go to Korea. And imagine what kind of script writing training they have there with Shakespeare on their shoulders. Right?
Interesting. I mean, all I know is like it is very, very limited. But so there's two shows from Korea, and it's the same director, I do believe it, Snowpiercer, and it's about a train that goes around the world.
Yeah.
So because they put a chemical up in the world,
Yeah.
it's causing that train that the only way you can keep on living is you have to be on this train. And the other one was Parasite. I mean, Jesus Christ, these aren't just great concepts.
Right.
I mean, you have great scripts, character development. I mean, anyone who has a great concept. So Hollywood movies are great at having concepts, but in terms of interesting,
Put it into scripts and words.
I mean, Jesus Christ. You
Yeah.
know, I would never, if you told me 10 years ago that Korea would just
And
be,
I think they invested in the right thing. Because they invested in brain.
yeah. Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, I don't really care about K-pop that much. I mean, it's awesome that they've been able to dominate the world, but Jesus Christ, yeah.
Luke, are you ever a big fan of Doctor Who or any BBC production?
No, I don't watch
Look at those
TV.
terrible monsters or aliens. They try to create all kinds of monsters out of a garbage can or something. Everything looks like a trash bin and they don't care. And BBC keeps on using those props for more than 60 years.
Wow.
It's still one of the most popular show.
I'll have to check it out. Yeah.
They just don't care about the hardware.
So how have you changed?
Change what?
Like how has your life changed since you came here?
So when I'm in Korean, I was studying film.
You study film.
Yes, just not college.
And here,
not,
you don't study. Okay, good. Taiwanese, step one.
no, it's different. In Korea, you study film movie. You should have more realistic, more
Theory.
Yes,
Oh.
more confused, we should have make some so dark realist, so so dark in social TV.
In Korea, it needs to be darker and
Yes.
about social stuff. Where Taiwanese stuff is kind of
Too fancy. Bling, bling.
But I think because I want to make.
What kind of movie do you want to make?
I want to.
Tragedy, comedy, history. What kind?
Romantic and
Love story.
love story, but I want make 可以讲中文吗？
可以。Yeah, that's
欢迎
that
欢迎
is.
对啊。
关于社会的，就是社会问题的一点点的那种的东西。
I don't know. Look, do you think it's possible the combination of realism and romance?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I think it's even better. Yeah, I think.
But that way we're going to make love very ugly.
I think the problem with romance is that it's just a little bit insincere often.
Yeah.
And for example, like The Notebook is a famous one. It's just, I feel that it's a little bit too fairy tale like. If you can, because I feel that romance movies often teach us the wrong things. It teaches like once you get it, then that's it. But the
Right.
hard part of love starts once you get married, you know, or like
The
once-
hard part usually starts after, okay, these two try to settle down with each other. And then in the fairy tale, they always give you, they live happily ever after.
Yeah.
No, that was actually the formal beginning of a disaster.
Yeah, so I think I would be more interested in romance stuff if it was just more realistic. Yeah. But so it's kind of like a comedy. You know, they say that comedy, like really good comedy, is actually a little bit sad.
Yeah.
So I think to do a romance film properly that is educational but also realistic, and I would watch that.
But Luke, have you ever heard that? Okay, in theory, tragedies are nothing different from comedies because the happening is always the same. Only the attitudes differ.
Yeah, I guess, you know, what tragedies, those bad things happening to.
If you can laugh things off and then you walk away, that's comedy.
Is there
if you get stuck in time and your experience, that's tragedy. Yeah.
You get stuck there, you can't get out.
But Cindy, what is your take on romance? Are you a big fan of love stories?
Yes, because love story, I can just watch love story. Oh, I love love story because it won't happen in your real life.
Oh, bursting bubbles. But look, okay, do you ever see Cindy as a big fan of romance? But I've never, because I think, okay, she is very practical and she's always very hardworking. She doesn't really have time for trivial things like a love life.
Well, that's a tough call. Also, it's a little bit more easy to be idealistic when you're younger. As you get older, you probably get a little more pragmatic.
Cindy, do you think you're idealistic?
Yes, I think so.
What is your idea of a good love life?
No marriage. Stay in a good
Very smart. Okay, no marriage
in
and
a good relationship, but
good
no,
relationship.
don't marry. If you want to have a kid, then have a single parenting.
Oh, you are very...
Single. So you want to have the kid and you don't want the father to help?
That's very
Yes,
forward.
it's hard because it's hard to have a father to raise a kid together because you are running a new business together and you are finding a business partner. If you got married, you are finding a business partner, and it is hard.
Sometimes when you marry wrong, okay, you get another big baby to take care of.
That's rough.
So
my
if you
sister went
really
through that.
want to have a kid, then you can have a kid by your own.
Okay.
I don't know if this is a good idea.
I don't know, but I think, okay, but we're talking to a very strong woman here. So, okay, anything goes.
Be careful.
I don't think so that my parents listen to this will be happy.
It's okay. We'll break it to them. Don't worry about it. That'll be our job.
My advice so I think theirs is a big thing with the
Parenting is it difficult to parenting? You mean that?
It's always difficult, but
it is a bad idea if you think that one person is ideal.
I've never heard anyone say that, but I can tell you, speaking from what I've seen or what I have felt, I'm on the side of Luke. That's not a good idea.
I mean, so yeah, it is nice when you get to call all the shots, but like, okay, so Jordan Peterson makes a good point on this too. Like when one parent is not doing so good, the other parent can kind of
compensate.
Yeah, and that's huge. Like sometimes my wife is not doing well, and that happens as a parent. So I would step up, right? Or sometimes like I'm in a funk and my wife steps up.
Luke, you're offering praise to yourself again.
Yeah, what a jerk. But
Luke, one of these days we're going to invite Sophie here and see what you're going to say.
You'll see what I'm like. Yeah, you go. Well, he's different when his wife's around. Oh no. But I've heard that to really raise a child, you need at least 6 caretakers. I mean, so one person.
It's just not the way to
before
go.
they go to school. How are you going to do it? You're not going to be able to work.
True.
So if you're going to work, you're going to need someone to take care of your kid. And then you're going to end up working all the time. And then you spend no time with your kid. And then, I mean, it's also, you have to be careful about how much time your kid stays in daycare. It's better to have a person who you know, right? It's better to have a family member take care of the kid than the daycare. And there's nothing wrong with it. Like if you're a single mom and you have to make it work, right? You make it work, take care of your kid. But or if you're a single dad, you do with what you have. But the more resources you have, the better the kid does.
True.
So, I mean, there's studies that show time after time that fathers make a difference, right?
Because I think in most cases, every child needs a caretaker and an entertainer.
Yeah, I mean, that's they say dads, their big role is the role of play.
Yeah.
But I mean, so Sophie and I, we're blessed because Sophie's mom retired early, and she kind of wanted to retire to take care of him. But we're exhausted, and there's 2 of us.
Right.
If Sophie was by herself, she'd be in big trouble. And I've had Sophie go on 2 maybe like 4 different trips abroad because she works for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And those weeks for me, it is hard. And my kid goes to school now because he's 2. And my mother-in-law is still helping, and it is a challenge. We're just talking, you're barely making it. And so this whole thing of the West saying, I think we're trying to encourage single mothers because we don't want them to feel bad.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people who come from that environment, right? But we should not, as a society, say like, this is the ideal.
It's always a good thing to comfort them, but it's not always a good idea to encourage other people to be like that.
Yeah.
To go through that.
I mean, it's
a lot.
If you could, you want a dad. Just like you wouldn't say, well, like, all we need is a man taking care of the kid. And say, of course you want a woman, to help out. Or if it's 2 gay parents, like more is almost always better than less.
Yeah.
Right?
When it comes to child rearing.
Like if you look in the South, they're having more kids than in the North. They have more help, right? Family can be annoying, but when family helps, it's a huge benefit.
True.
For example, like my wife and I have never been able to like go on a date together, pretty much since we had a kid. And my little sister is able to go stay in a hotel with her husband for the night because my mom. And I mean, these things are huge for a relationship.
They don't have kids.
They do have kids, but my mom is willing, and I wouldn't do that to my mother-in-law because
Michelle. That's Michelle again.
That's elder
from episode number 1.
That's elder abuse. But so single moms who do it and do a good job, they're heroes. But I mean, you are just
okay.
You want more money, right? Kids do better with more money. They do better with more time, and they do better with parents who have enough rest. So when my wife has been tired, I've taken Owen out, things like that, and that allows my wife to kind of reset and get energy. So Yeah.
Hey, it's it's over 1:30. Let's wrap up by asking Enkyeong. Okay, so what is your ideal love life like? And then after that, we wrap up.
And by the way, this is a very open question because some people want more than one, you know, and some want zero, right? Some want zero.
I don't know. We're going down the alley of polyamory, but yeah,
Hey,
that's open to that.
I've had people be very curious about that kind of lifestyle, and I tell you, there's some evidence that shows that an open relationship has some advantages. But
Yeah, I've heard that. Okay, but people are in that. Okay, also says that it's not for everybody.
yeah,
Yeah. So Enkyeong, what is your perfect love life like? Like Cindy's is in a good relationship, okay, not getting married, and then children are optional.
I think is we don't have to be 交往
dating. Yeah.
就是 yeah.
No dating. What kind of relationship is that?
Ghosting.
Yeah, I mean,
that's rough.
I mean, we don't have to. This is love. This isn't love.
You don't have to define.
Yeah,
okay, you don't have to define it.
yeah.
And
I think me and my friends is love because our relationship name isn't lover, but I think we help each other, we love each other, so
I'm getting so confused. I don't know how to
It's
talk
so
to young
romantic.
people. Okay, look, help me out.
It's so romantic.
And she says it's so romantic. Okay, look, have you ever noticed? That by the time Enkyeong says dating, and then Cindy try to finish her sentence, it's so exhausting.
I say it's ghosting. It's not
Ghosting.
dating.
Oh, I thought you said exhausting.
Well, it's like, okay, so some people are just not interested in, it sounds like it's just more of a friendship thing,
Yeah.
which is okay. There's some people who are not interested in, kissing and all the other stuff.
Asexual.
Or some people, I guess, with your friends. And I don't.
I love kissing.
And that's what wipes out wipes out a species.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we're in trouble. Anyways, you hadn't finished. Yeah.
I love romantic behavior.
Relationship. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't want to. I don't want to take care my boyfriend.
Oh, so you want someone mature? Okay.
I guess this is a big problem in Korea, right? Because men tend to not be the best.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay.
All right.
people,
And what did Cindy answer the question?
Yeah. Okay. No, we asked her already. Okay.
Yeah.
Her idea. Okay. Her perfect. Her idea of a perfect relationship. Not married. Okay.
Have a good
probably
relationship, but not marriage.
Yep.
Yeah. And maybe a single mom.
Yep.
Just doing
That's
against
optional.
you against the world. Yeah.
Yeah. But I believe you talk her out of that.
I don't know. I mean,
Like 50%, at least.
to tell you the truth, like if you find the wrong person,
It's better off that way.
or if you find the right person and then they change, because sometimes bad things happen when you have kids. Sometimes it's chemical. Sometimes it's just, I don't know, the person's problem, whatever. I mean, it could be better. I would say that my older sister had a pretty rough first marriage. Oh. And I think she was better by herself, to tell you the truth,
Okay.
But now she's remarried and like it's a great.
Reasonable.
Yeah.
Reasonable. Now
So,
that you say that.
Right. But who knows?
Okay, people. Okay, it's time, and Luke has to bank gym, and I have a meeting to go to.
I'm going to rollerblade to the gym. Who wants to rollerblade? Did everyone bring their rollerblades?
I have serious problem with my balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you don't when you wear the cowboy hat. It kind of keeps you.
I should try that.
Yeah.
I'll find myself a good cowboy
The key
hat.
in life is the cowboy hat.
That's
for
where
balance.
the magic comes from.
Yes.
Okay, that's
Thank
it
you.
for today.
It was
Thank
lovely.
you, everybody.
All right. Thank you. Do you have many classes?
No.
No. How many classes do you
Okay,
have?
ASMR.
I have one.
Okay.
Class, but I don't want to.
You don't want to go? You have one class at Shishin or one class today?
Today.
Okay, is it starts at 3?
Enkyeong,
I have-
don't use our class for skipping your class. Don't use our interview for
No,
skipping
no,
your
no. I didn't skip. I
Okay.
didn't skip.
I thought the EMI people were gonna come over.
You're yawning talking. Luke,
I-
you are warned.
I made a choice last night. I could have gotten 7 hours of sleep or ran up and down the stairs for cardio. I chose the stairs. Yeah,
Why?
you gotta.
But didn't they say if you sleep long enough, you burn calories as well?
That's true, but you burn more calories